Welcome to the Three Lakes School District, where our mission is teaching students to be productive citizens. Our vision for accomplishing this mission is to provide each student with a personal education for lifetime inspiration. In doing so, we have raised our achievement levels significantly, as evidenced by our 4-year composite average on the ACT, which is 23.2. We understand that our students must be engaged in their education with meaningful, relevant coursework to be happy and successful. And nothing engages students more than the latest technology. To this end, one of the new tools we have developed to accomplish this mission is the Three Lakes Fab Lab. Here we take our students through an engineering design process and train them to think critically and creatively. In our Fab Lab, we don't tell our students what to think, we teach them how to think. Let's take a closer look at our lab.
If you really want to empower your students, if you want them to take stock in their education, think about this, and truly think about your high school in your hometown. Wouldn't it be wonderful if you or any one of your community members could walk into that school, say, you know, I have this idea, or I have this task, I have this problem, I need a solution. Do you think your students could figure out a solution to this problem? Or perhaps, you know, I have this tool, it works, but it's kind of clumsy, you know, it's not the right angle, whatever it is, it can't do what I need it to do. Have you got some students that help me fix this problem? And your students latch onto that task, they latch onto that problem, and they generate an original thought. Think about that. Your students generate an original thought. They tackle the problem-solving side of it, whether they're engineering, reverse engineering, whatever process they use to form the solution, they create something that never before existed. Oh, and by the way, let's say they really do latch onto something huge, something important, something different. Our students also examine the business side of manufacturing and production as well, because they know that somewhere in some corner of the world there's a bean counter and he's saying this is going to work or this is not going to work. Whether it's cost prohibitive, whether the materials aren't there, whatever it may be, they examine that side of manufacturing and production as well. That's powerful learning. That engages students in ways that you simply can't imagine. And that's just one direction we're headed in right now with the Fab Lab. I truly believe at this point, the possibilities are endless.
My first grade class took a field trip down to the Fab Lab just to see what it was all about. They had a tour, they looked at the machines, they asked questions, and then we came back to the classroom. Well, no sooner did we get back into the classroom than they asked me if they could each have their own creation station. Their creation station just happens to be their desk, and they wanted to create. They were so excited about what they had seen down in the Fab Lab.
Now that we have the Fab Lab, I'm able to have the students create a Google drawing and then bring it over into the Fab Lab and actually create something out of it. The project that I do is the students will create a personalized Google drawing, and then we make keychains out of it. And so they'll create it in class, we'll come into the Fab Lab, and then we use the laser engraver, and they actually cut out a keychain and have a design on it of their choice. And they get to sit in here and they get to watch it happen, and then they get to hold it in their hands when they're done. The kids are very excited when they're finished because they actually have a product that they made and that they're able to take home with them versus just having it on the computer and they get to see a picture of it.
Fab Lab for us, especially me as a teacher and for our kids, is really exciting to start off this year. It's a first chance we really have to get our kids to try and think outside the box, to get a chance to explore and try and fail and try again and learn without a lot of negative consequences. In fact, it's what we want them to do. We want them to get that idea of what real life is going to be more like. It's really a good chance for the kids to explore, to learn about technology and learn about the ways they can integrate technology into not just industry or businesses, but into their everyday lives a little bit more.
We here at Fab Lab Three Lakes have embraced the culture of making. We have embraced this cultural revolution, and we have started our students on the 5-step process that goes with Fab Labs. We are empowering our students to help them to understand that they can be makers and not just consumers. We educate them in the craft of making. We teach them either an Imagineering process at the elementary level, or we teach them an engineering process at the junior and senior high level.
The Fab Lab gives our students the opportunity to expand the possibilities already available so that they can take everyday materials, wood, metal, and transform them into works of art.
For these kids, being able to do an open-ended project helps them to be better prepared for being able to work in the real world. A boss isn't going to be able to sit over somebody's shoulder and make sure they're doing what they're doing. A boss is going to tell somebody to do something, and they're going to have to come up with a way of doing it. These kids are going to be able to have the skills to think on their feet, to do what's best for their company, and also finish the problem that they're given. They can't just go somewhere else for help. They can't constantly run in the boss's office and get direction, and they're going to be able to do that on their own through the workings of this lab.
Hi, I'm Mike Katursky from Katursky Brothers Wood Products, and we've been a manufacturer of creative wood products here for over 35 years. And we have what we call the nation's largest selection of creative wood products for the construction, actually the residential construction industry. And what we do here is we manufacture wood flooring, tongue and groove panelings, wood siding, and decking. But what you won't find in many places are the creative aspect of some of the things that we do. We do a lot of unique things that when people want something new and different, we're the ones that they come to. At Katursky Brothers, we are really excited about the potential that the Fab Lab has in the Three Lakes School District for potential future employees for us at Katursky Brothers. We currently have several Three Lakes graduates working for us here, and we look forward to having more. Some of the things that the Fab Lab offers students are a chance to work together collaboratively, work on their communication skills and creativity. As I mentioned before, we are all about creativity here, and we're always trying to produce something unique and different. In the Fab Lab, the students are able to not only imagine, but also design and create all different types of objects and projects in there, and they're allowed to actually fail. And one of the things that you will find in business is that every day we make decisions. Some are good, some are bad, some of them have repercussions, but you have to make decisions, and you cannot be afraid to make that decision. In the Fab Lab, the students are allowed to make the decisions themselves and see if it works. And if it doesn't, you go back, figure out what you did wrong, and you go back and you try it again. This way, this type of learning here is you actually learning through failing, which is a little bit different than a traditional classroom.
The engineering process that is shown here on the wall is what we really use in reality in business. And it's an iterative process. It's a do-over process. It's beneficial that the kids understand that you don't get it right the first time. And throughout life, we as engineers build and rebuild our designs to get them right.
I'm Sylvia Tiala here at UW Stout, and I'm here to talk about the Three Lakes District and commend them on their cutting-edge thinking regarding Fab Labs and how they're bringing change to the Three Lakes community. They're doing a great job providing their students with the resources and skills that are going to be needed to meet the challenges of the 21st century. As a professor here at UW-Stout, which you probably know is Wisconsin's Polytechnic University, I recognize that the initiatives that the Three Lakes School District is using meshes with Stout's vision to create lifelong learners, ethical leaders, and responsible citizens as they collaborate with education, industry, the arts, business, and government partners.
The MIT Fab Lab, as embedded in the K-12 school environment, is the model for education for the 21st century. Starting with the K-4 students and the EIE, Engineering as Elementary program, we embed this incredible STEAM curriculum, science, technology, engineering, art, and math, into these students for the length of their time in grade school and high school. This is the sort of skill set that's preparing these students for the jobs of tomorrow and for the workforce of tomorrow, besides which giving them this incredibly rich education along the way.
The growth potential is so great that what we're seeing we're doing now, in a few years, it could be totally different, just because how much growth we're going to see and how much excitement the kids are bringing in and how many new things that we're being able to do with them. So the excitement level that they're bringing is going to really transfer into how we grow the program and looking into what can we do to keep growing it and keep making it better and keep making it bigger. And that's kind of really an exciting part too.
The education that the students will receive in the Fab Lab environment will prepare them for the jobs of the 21st century. In Wisconsin, for the next 20 years, 60% of the manufacturing jobs will require middle skills, which is to say more than high school, but less than a university education. The Fab Lab prepares these students not only in the curriculum which they've received in the 12 years in which they were embedded in STEAM, but the practical use of all of this equipment that is in the laboratory, both on the additive and destructive fabrication sides.
Now that you have seen our Fab Lab and some of what our district has to offer, we encourage you to visit the district and experience all of our programs and extracurricular offerings that are available to all our students. Any student in Wisconsin may attend the Three Lakes District free of charge under Wisconsin open enrollment law. Schedule your visit today to learn more about the Fab Lab and open enrollment. Thank you.